Good morning, class. In addition to isometric drawing, there is another pictorial method called oblique drawing. Unlike isometric, where three axes are equally inclined, in oblique drawing the front face of the object is drawn through shape, as in a flat orthographic view, and the depth recedes at an angle, usually 45 degrees, to give the 3D impression. There are two types, Cavalier oblique with depth at full scale, and cabinet oblique with depth at half scale. WAEC technical drawing tests both, and knowledge of when to use each. Today we master both types and compare them with isometric drawing. Oblique drawing has three axes. 1. Horizontal axis, goes left-right. True scale. 2. Vertical axis, goes up-down. True scale. 3. Receding axis, goes into the drawing at an angle, usually 45 degrees to the horizontal. Scale varies by type. The front face, or on the horizontal/vertical plane, is drawn exactly as it would appear in orthographic projection, true shape. This means circles on the front face remain circles, not ellipses, a major advantage over isometric. Any regular polygon, curved shape, or complex profile on the front face is drawn without distortion. This is the key advantage of oblique over isometric. If the most complex face of the object contains circles or curves, place it as the front face in oblique, or curves draw as true circles with a compass, making construction much easier. Disadvantage: oblique drawings look less realistic than isometric. The receding lines at 45 degrees can look distorted, especially on long objects. Rule: for long objects, long in the depth direction, choose isometric or ensure the longest dimension is placed along the horizontal or vertical axis, not the receding axis, in oblique. Cavalier oblique. Receding axis at 45 degrees. Depth dimension drawn at full scale, same scale as front face. Result: the drawing looks stretched in depth, objects appear elongated toward the back. Less realistic for deep objects. Easier to draw, no scaling needed. Drawing a box in Cavalier. Given 60 mm x 40 mm x 30 mm, L times W times H, where W equals depth. Step 1. Draw the front face, rectangle 60 mm, horizontal, times 30 mm, vertical. True shape. Step 2. From each corner of the front face, draw lines at 45 degrees. Step 3. Along each 45 degrees line, mark the full depth equals 40 mm. Step 4. Connect the rear end points to complete the box. Cavalier is named after heavy cavalry soldiers, imposing but exaggerated. Cabinet oblique. Receding axis at 45 degrees. Depth dimension drawn at half scale, depth times 0.5. Result: the drawing looks more realistic and proportionate than Cavalier. Named after furniture cabinets, which have large flat fronts and moderate depth. This is the preferred oblique method because it looks more natural. Drawing a box in cabinet. Given 60 mm times 40 mm times 30 mm, L times depth times H. Step 1. Draw the front face, rectangle 60 mm times 30 mm, true shape, or unchanged from Cavalier. Step 2. From each corner, draw lines at 45 degrees. Step 3. Along each 45 degrees line, mark the half depth is equal to 40 times 0.5 equals 20 mm. Step 4. Connect rear endpoints. Comparison: cabinet versus Cavalier. For a cube or all sides equal, say 50 mm. Cavalier, depth line equals 50 mm at 45 degrees. Looks too deep, distorted. Cabinet, depth line equals 25 mm at 45 degrees. Looks approximately correct, much more natural. Nigerian furniture application, kitchen cabinet dimensions, top view is a rectangle, with draw fronts shown true shape, are often sketched for clients using cabinet oblique, showing the front face of the cabinet true size, with depth shown at half scale. Oblique drawing with circular features. if an object has a circular hole on the front face. In oblique, both Cavalier and cabinet, the front face circle is drawn as a true circle. Easy, use compass. Compare with isometric, the circle would require the four-center ellipse method, or more complex. Conclusion: for objects with circles on the front face, oblique is easier than isometric. WAEC Technical Drawing questions on oblique drawing. Question 1. State the main difference between Cavalier and cabinet oblique drawing. Answer: both types have the front face drawn true shape with the receding axis at 45 degrees. The difference is in the scale of the depth, receding, dimension. Cavalier oblique draws the depth at full scale, 1:1, which makes objects appear elongated and unrealistic for deep objects. Cabinet oblique draws the depth at half scale, times 0.5, which gives a more proportionate, realistic-looking result. Cabinet oblique is preferred for most drawing purposes. Question 2. What is the main advantage of oblique drawing over isometric drawing when an object has circular features? Answer: in oblique drawing, the front face is drawn in true orthographic view, so any circles on the front face are drawn as true circles using a compass. In isometric drawing, circles appear as ellipses and must be constructed using the time-consuming four-center approximate method. For objects with circles, holes, or arcs on the front face, oblique drawing is much faster and easier to construct. Question 3. A cylinder has its circular faces on the front and back. Describe how it would be drawn in cabinet oblique. Answer: 1. Draw the front circle as a true circle, compass. 2. From the center of the front circle, draw a line at 45 degrees of length equals half the cylinder depth, cabinet. 3. This gives the center of the rear circle. 4. Draw the rear circle, same radius. Show only the visible arc of the rear circle. 5. Draw the two tangent lines from the front circle to the rear circle, the silhouette lines of the cylinder. Question 4. Why is cabinet oblique preferred over Cavalier oblique for most drawing tasks? Answer: cabinet oblique reduces the depth dimension to half scale. This compensates for the visual distortion caused by the 45 degrees receding lines. Objects with equal dimensions no longer appear to have an exaggerated depth dimension. The result is a more visually balanced and realistic-looking drawing. Cavalier oblique's full-scale depth often makes objects look stretched and unnatural. Question 5. Compare isometric and oblique drawing. For each, state one advantage over the other. Answer: isometric drawing advantage: three faces of the object are shown with equal emphasis, giving a symmetric, well-balanced view of all sides. Oblique drawing advantage: the front face is drawn in true orthographic view, circles and complex profiles on the front face are drawn as true circles, making oblique faster when the front face has circular features. Oblique drawing is the pragmatist's choice. When the front face has the most complex profile, oblique drawing lets you draw it perfectly, as a true orthographic view, while still achieving a 3D effect. Nigerian technical draftspersons choose between isometric and oblique based on the object's geometry. Professional skill lies in selecting the right method for each situation. Powered by Lightech Academy. academy.lightech.com.ng NERDC-approved SS1 Technical Drawing.